Hello guys, welcome to SureGate Success. This video is on divide and conquer. We have learned about asymptotic analysis and analysis of algorithms. So this is the second chapter. In this chapter we have to study about divide and conquer. So in this video I will explain you the basic of divide and conquer so that we can later on easily understand the applications of divide and conquer. So let's start with the definition. What is exactly divide and conquer? Divide and conquer, we solve the problem recursively by applying three steps. You can see that here there are three steps. So the first step is to divide the problem into sub problem. Whatever the problem we have, firstly what we have to do, we have to divide the whole problem into small parts, and after breaking into the sub problem we will sort out these small parts of a problem, which we can say that's a problem. We have to solve the sub problem one by one. After solving the problem one by one, we have to combine the solution of all the sub problems to get the final problem of the main one. So there is an algorithm for divide and conquer in which we can understand how exactly it works. So this is an algorithm. So this is simply divide and conquer. We have taken a name just for better understanding. It's divide and conquer. We have taken here three values. What are these three values? Let we have a array A. This is an array A whose starting address is P and ending address is Q. It is a arrow. So this is what? A is an array, P is the starting address, and Q is the ending address or the address of the last element. So if the particular problem, if the main problem which we have is the small one, in the case of a small problem we have to simply return the solution, because we don't have to check for the sub problems. Because if the problem itself is small, that is if there is either one element or two element whose answer can be given directly, can be provided directly, these are considered under the small problem. If the problem is not small, if the problem is not small, in this case firstly we have to divide the particular whole problem. So firstly we have to divide the particular problem into two parts. Let us say we have break up to a point, this is M. So we have divided the problem from till M. This is the sub problem. So now we have two sub problem. In the same manner what we have done above, in the same manner we have to solve this sub problem also. So that what I have written is, we have to solve the problem recursively. That is to do the same thing with this. Then we will break like this. Okay. So we have to apply the same algorithm on divide and conquer for array A whose starting element is P and the address of the last element is M. Similarly, what we have to do? We have to apply the algorithm from this point onwards to Q, to address Q. So this will be the address M plus 1, this will be the address Q. So in the next step what we have done is, we have applied the same algorithm for an array A whose starting address is M plus 1, that is from here, and the last address is Q, that is here. And finally we have combined B and C. What we have done here is, we have taken it as B and we have taken it as C. After solving them we have to conquer, that means we have to combine. So combining, what we have to do, we will combine the result of this one and this one. So we have combined, and whatever the result will be, after combining the result will be in D. So simply return the solution. And if you want to find out the time complexity, So it is an abstract algorithm, it is a general idea for you regarding the divide and conquer. And if we talk about the time complexity, how we can find the time complexity of any recursive program, let's start with this. If we have to find out the time complexity of this, so this will be what, this will be the problem, it will be taken as Tn. What I have told you that it is a small problem, and it can be solved directly. That means we will not wasting any time in this. So what will be the time taken here, order of 1, or we can say constant. So constant we have to represent by order of 1. And what is this? This will be a function. This will be a function, and we have divided here. We have divided here by 2. We have separated. So what we can write it as? We can write it as Tn by 2. Similarly, this is one half and this one is another half. So we can also write it down as Tn by 2. And this one is another function. So if we want to write it in a go, let's write it down. Tn is order of 1 in case of if n is small. If n is small, and if n is big. If n is big, what we have to do first? We have to divide the whole problem, and we have divided the whole problem in n by 2. N by 2, we have divided it as n by 2. This is the whole problem, we have divided by 2 by 2. So we have divided. Then what we have to do? We have to combine. Here I have combined the solution. So this one is a function, and this one also is a function. So if we want to write it down in a general way, what we can write is, we can write it as Tn is equal to function. Let's take it as f1 n plus it is Tn by 2. It is also Tn by 2. Then what will be it? It will be 2Tn by 2. And this is another function. Let's take it as f2 of n. Okay. So this is the, if we want to say in general, so these are two functions. We can take it as separately. Let's take it as 2Tn by 2 plus any function with n. Okay. So if we want to write in a general way, general for all divide and conquer. So for all divide and conquer, we can write it as a t. We have taken it as a t n by b as b plus any function. Now you can see this one is exactly same as the master theorem, and it can be solved as the same, where a has to be greater than or equal to 1, b has to be greater than 1, and function has to be positive. A is the parts of problem, or we can say that a is the number of subproblem. Okay. And what is b? B is the size of each sub problem. And fn is what? Fn is the time. Function fn is time of divide and combine. Whatever the time will be used in these two phases, that is in dividing and combining, this will be considered as fn. A is the number of subproblems, b will be the size of subproblem. So in the similar way, we can find out the time complexity for any divide and conquer problem. So there are few applications of divide and conquer, such as finding maximum and minimum, binary search, merge sort, quick sort, selection procedure, extraction matrix multiplication, heap sort. This one is the most important. None of the GATE paper will be designed for CSE without without a problem of this topic. So this one is an important one. Merge sort is also an important one, and there might be few possibility of stress and matrix multiplication. And this is it. But we have to study all, because we don't know that from where the rest of the questions are. But there will be a sure question from heap sort. So in the next video we will be understanding the applications of divide and conquer. These are all these 8 applications one by one. If you have any problem in any topic, you can check the videos I will upload soon, and please like, comment, subscribe and share to stay in touch, and please click on that notification bell also, so that you can have a notification if I upload any new video. So thank you very much for watching. Keep subscribing.